What's up, everyone? We're going to have a reality chat about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, so we know that Cynthia Bailey, she's already gotten married. The wedding has already happened, but they're going to be chronicling her getting ready for this wedding, the 10-10-2020. The dates, you know how these people do these days. All of these dates have to be significant, and the wedding has to be amazing, and like, screw the marriage. It's just about the dates and the wedding. Okay, whatever. Well, Cynthia has been married before, and she didn't get married early in life. She said she had been proposed to many times and been engaged but never gotten married. Peter Thomas was her first husband, and that marriage, or we shall say the wedding, started off crazy, and then the marriage had its ups and downs. I know a lot of people hated on Peter. I actually like Peter. I felt like Peter gave Cynthia more of a storyline to be on the show, and I feel like that's why a lot of people feel like Cynthia doesn't even need to be on the show anymore, because she doesn't really have a storyline. But I digress. She's all concerned about not being able to have the wedding that she wants, the way that she wants, with the number of people that she wants to have at the wedding because of COVID restrictions. And I don't know, like, is it just me, or is it like Atlanta? From what they're showing us, these people weren't really taking the COVID restrictions as seriously as they were supposed to, because the social distancing and the wearing of the masks and all of those different things, like, you're not supposed to be hugging each other, people that you're not living with, that you're regularly around, you're not supposed to be doing those things. More so than not, they were wearing the clear face shields, which it has been reported that the face shields are not really that great a protection unless you're wearing it with a face mask. The face shield is really just mainly for possibly protecting your eyes. But anyway, they were all hugging each other. Tanya got in the car with Portia and her sister. She got in. She didn't have on a face mask. She had on a face shield. Portia and her sister, they did not have on anything in the car. They're all hugging each other, all close together, talking in each other's faces. And then it was reported, they didn't ever say that Portia had COVID, but she was hospitalized. So I tend to think that she may have had COVID. I believe that she may have, but that's just my thought. That's not proven. I don't know if that's the case, so that is alleged. But I'm just saying, based on what they're showing us from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I just don't see a lot of the social distancing and people really doing the masks the way that they're supposed to. And I get it, they're filming and people need to be able to see their mouth moving and all that stuff, but the social distancing, it's like, okay, if you're not going to wear the face masks and you're in close proximity to each other, then what is the point? I just caught that. I don't know if you guys caught that, but you let me know about that in the comments. Anyway, Cynthia is just all about this date. 10-10-2020. I want to have the wedding on the day I want to have it, where I want to have it. And Mike was asking her, like, well, if you can't have the wedding the way that you want to have it, do you still want to get married to me? Like, what is it, just about the wedding, or is it about me? Because there can be people who can have the most extravagant, most expensive wedding and get divorced 3 months later. And I feel like he was trying to drive a point home to her, and she was just like, well, I want what I want to have, and you guys are making me feel like an a-hole because her sister came and met her and Mike at a venue that they were looking at to potentially hold the wedding and the reception at. And even when Cynthia met up with Kenya and Candy earlier, they were talking about the wedding, and Kenya, you know how Kenya is, but she made comments about, wow, 250 people at a wedding during a pandemic? Like, that just seems crazy to me. And some people may say Kenya was just being shady, but I agreed with her, and I do believe that that should have been something that they could have held off on. They could have went ahead and just had a smaller event, have the actual wedding, but have a smaller event, smaller amount of people that come. And if you want to have a big party later, then do that. But it was just, to me, I felt like all about the show and about the date. Now they've gotten married. The wedding has happened. So we'll see how things roll out over these years, or maybe year, to see how this marriage works. I am not wishing anything on these people, guys, so don't think that I'm trying to do that. But it's like Cynthia is in her 50s, and don't knock me. I'm not knocking her age, and I'm not saying anything about being, in your 50s and having a wedding. I just feel like you've had a wedding before. You're in your 50s. You're not a little girl trying to have a fairy tale. Like, this is real life. And then, it came out that she was upset because Bravo was not going to have the wedding filmed because of COVID. They were taking it more seriously than she and a number of other people in Atlanta were. And she was disappointed by that as well, because I believe she wanted to have this, for the show. She wanted it for the television show. So I don't know if they told her at the last minute that, hey, we're not going to be able to do this. But hey, it's just unfortunate that she is just all hell bent on wanting to have the wedding and everything her way, in spite of people losing their lives or getting exceptionally sick. People have lost loved ones and lost jobs, lost businesses. But for her, it's just all about, I want my wedding and I want it now, my way. So that was just a bit crazy to see that. I don't know if it was just played out for the cameras, because again, you know how they do that as well. But I feel like that was genuine. I felt like Mike was really being honest with her and saying, look, is it about me or is it about the wedding? Like, what would you do if we could not have things the way that you would want to have it? Do you still want to get married to me? Does it matter about, is it just more about the date, and is it just more about the show? And for me, I feel like for Cynthia, because she's been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta as long as she has been, for these people who have been in a spotlight that way, for them, it's more about the show. And that's just plain and simple. It's just more about the show. And I'm not saying that makes them a shallow person. I just believe that they just become so accustomed to having their lives filmed that they feel like it is necessary, especially for big events like that, to showcase it and have it for the show. But anyway, guys, you let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next episode, I'm just being beautifully honest.